If Mr. Buchanan has time on his hands, I don't know, maybe he could take up crocheting or something. But clearly you need something to sit down and commit yourself to doing. And amid all this, the monies that you have spent, Mr. Buchanan, I hope you've paid you Wildman in full already. You don't feel a way that you've wasted so much of your resources. You don't have 20 people, at least 20 people in West Central St. Andrew who voted for you this time around. You couldn't use the money and tile out to your house. You couldn't help build a veranda. You couldn't fix up a little roof. You couldn't set up a little stall for somebody. You couldn't pay a school fee or a few. You couldn't buy 2 shoes with the money.
Yeah, and I'm only could do all of that for you, you know.
Before Melissa hit. But how you feel now, writing a big check to Hugh Wildman, when you could use that money to buy something to send down west?
Hugh Wildman not cheap.
To go down a Hanover with. To buy something and send to somebody in Trinidad.
There are lots of VPNs
Hugh Wildman not cheap.
All different price points. Many of them are even free. So
I ask all the time, when we embark on these mad escapades, do we take ourselves really seriously? What kind of delusion can you be under to do what Paul Buchanan has done in the name of justice? And if I were you, Paul Buchanan, I would seriously start to assess my friends.
Hello, Tickers.
Have those around you just stood by while you have gone to make a fool of yourself? Has nobody said to you, Bucky,
inbox me your number?
Think if you left that one alone, I think if you just move on with life. Has nobody said to you, Sir,
I don't know where you disappear, gone so far, nobody can find you.
Nothing here, so you can just, just move on. Like it's still.
Find husband and move, gone far from everybody.
Or have people said that to you, and you're plowed on, convinced that you are the man who's going to end the reign of Holness in West Central St. Andrew. And you're so good.
Bless up, Skyfall.
You are so enticing a prospect. You're such a beautiful candidate that the only way Holness could have conquered you would have been to cheat.
And believe it or not, my people, believe it or not, that is exactly how he sold himself. That is exactly how he sold himself. Yeah, man, when we done, we don't know, we're going to need one new party leader. That was the saying going around. Even while this thing was at the Supreme Court, people was telling me, boy, the 8th of next month, Labour Party mash up because the court are going to rule X, Y, and Z. And I said to people, I said, listen to me. This thing is so idiotic that I am sure that even Hugh Wildman are telling friends that the easiest money this may ever make. Hugh Wildman must have telling friends that this is the easiest money may ever make. This can't go nowhere. But may I collect a look of food same way. Gentle people, the man did not have a single let's say a leg to stand on. He never have a leg to stand on. There was nothing in the appeal where he make. Not never in there. He never had a chance. There was nothing in it. The voting pattern in the seat in the last, if you go back 5 general election, is basically the same carbon copy, nothing no change. 1 and 2 vote up or down, but nothing no change. Patrick Roberts run against Andrew Holness for about 4 elections, if I'm not mistaken. And you never hear Patrick Roberts and Andrew Holness in no argument about election, trickery or anything like that. I believe as opposing candidates, Patrick Roberts and Andrew Holness probably have the best relationship of any two who run against them one another multiple times. You have never heard any skullduggery accusation from any of them. They work together. Recently, when Patrick Roberts had a little problem putting on him in show, Andrew Holness, in call upon and get the assistance we need. There has never been any issue with that seat until you get one little man where Karen Cross said that send two women go sit down in her face. And it's like the smell of the sit down in her face junking. Him believes him. And then now him have people on social media and you have one mad woman who did that on social media say she talked to everybody, every single person. And not me say to her she talked to every single person down at West Central. And them tell her say them are going to vote out Andrew. Everybody the she talk to. I don't know how she work out that one day, but that she said on the live. And they run with it. And today was gonna be yesterday was gonna be the day of bloodshed in Jamaica because everything are gonna change. Yes, everything are gonna change. They're going to win this court case and Andrew Holness have to go. Imagine if you hear some delusional story the people them have. If you did hear the delusions what them people have about yesterday, you would have believed that Paul Buchanan are one of the solidest case ever put forward. But there was absolutely no case. None was there. No case never there. It was just a solid waste of time. It was just a solid waste of time. And everybody with sense. But the idea was not a sensible idea. I never something where to make sense. It was just something to give them a talking point. You know, keep Andrew Holness' name in the news. Me in a Labour every day. Labour Party we say, you know. So every day we in a Labour. It was geared towards keeping Andrew Holness' name in the news. That's all it was about. And I am sure somebody might phone him now and tell him, say, yeah man, appeal to the to the Privy Council, man. Can I get the Privy Council? I mean, they know they can't win. But what go happen? They might go always have it to say, see there? Yeah. They might go always have something to say. So that's how they create a narrative and then sell it to people who don't have the ability to think. Sell it to people who don't have the ability to think. And then we come on social media and then we tell you say horse dead and cow fat and all sort of foolishness. Simply because they don't possess the idea to put a thought and say, alright, the man has said them thief him. Let me see how them thief him. What is the difference between this election and the last two? But if the numbers are the same, that means that nobody not thief you. Mr. Wild, nobody not thief you. The numbers are the same. Mr. Wild, did you flip any of the two Labour Party divisions in the constituency? Did you do the work to flip them? No. What people believe is that when you go in one of these communities and you hype up 1,000 people and that crowd they look big, you forget that 40,000 people living there, so the 1,000 people will come on your foot. No really matter. And that fool Paul Buchanan. And you don't really fool him. Sorry, you know, fool him. Him know exactly. Him know him no win. Him know nobody never rob him. But him friend Marky G tell him, Can't get court, man. You can't get court, you know. You have can't get court. Can't get court, man. Him friend Marky G tell him that. So he run, go to the court. He run. And now, yesterday after the court, I need to find Cliffy's reporting on it from yesterday. Because the court basically tell the majority of it, say, Virgin, go find something to do, not no there's a fear. It's a foolishness. Waste of time. But as according to the comrades, them online, oh, the only reason why I'm losing now because him filed something them late. No, I never that's why him lose. He lose because the people then tell him say no there's a Virgin, I waste of time. So that put that to rest now. That put that to rest. So the court tell us that there's not that we now rerun no election, we now waste somebody time. Go to hell with your foolishness. That put that to rest. Now, this gentleman in the picture up here, so now, this gentleman up here in the picture, Mr. Richard Curry, the man who crowned himself king. Bless up yourself, DJ. The man who crowned himself king of the Maroons. I never know said the Maroons have king until now, you know. Me can't tell you this, you know, people. When Colonel Rowe died a couple years ago, I was one of Colonel Rowe pallbearer. Yes, me down a Maroon town, I carry Colonel Rowe pan my shoulder. Colonel Rowe was my boss. Right, so me, I am integrally linked with the Maroon community. I grew up at the last community before you enter a compound town. That's what me grew up. Right, so I have never known a situation where any colonel in Maroon town has ever elevated himself to the level of king. Never known that. Where any colonel ever elevate themselves to the level of king. I have never known a situation where any colonel, and believe me, I've lived through a few of them, is ever walking around in a compound town with bodyguard. Because they're not war with nobody. They're not war with nobody. Nobody not go trouble them. Why would a colonel need bodyguard? Why for the day you go down there why you massacre the people then and get yourself elected colonel you walk with bodyguard? Because you know say you do something wrong. You know say you did something wrong. You know say you never genuinely earned the position where you have. Nice. Why you styling me as this? I don't appreciate that, sir. You can style me as this and that. Well, too bad you no court. Yes, I have never known a colonel that walk with bodyguard, but you have to do it because you know, say the way you acquire the position was never the legal and proper way. So from day one, you know, say it was under threat. So that is why you go down there and you have militia people just as militia. Well, let me show you, if you don't believe me, let me show you all the people them down there were claiming say they're my bodyguard. So, do I have in a militia gear? Even the young lady recently, they were trying, where did they attempt to breach the Prime Minister's security. You see, the security them from that day should I leave her with a limp. The moment you are trying to push yourself through to try to breach the Prime Minister's security. Because I don't know which part in Jamaica Curry told you could jing bang bodyguard them. Feel say them have president over the Prime Minister's security detail. Curry look jing bang them when him have a run up and down around him. Which part in our sky of this country? Them take president over the Prime Minister bodyguard. She could have been X, Y, and Z police. I don't give them should have put one in her foot. As far as me concerned, she was trying to breach the Prime Minister's security to probably create some form of harm. I don't know. But she got turn up beside her chief. Who the fuck is she? But she got turn up beside chief and try to push down the Prime Minister's security. Yeah, man. Them one should have done in her foot, man. She should have walked with a limp this morning, man. She should have walked with a limp this morning. Now, from day one of the storm, This picture with Darrell Vaz. This picture with Darrell Vaz in a compound town delivering care package was taken, I think it was 3 days after Hurricane Melissa. 3 days after Hurricane Melissa. So the government was on the ground in Maroon town immediately, you could call that, assisting the persons up there. Assisting the persons up there. And the government has offered to continue that assistance by using the JDF. Not the JDF. What they were gonna use is what is called the Army Corps of Engineers. The Army Corps of Engineers. Every army in the world have an engineering wing. And a military fatigue that in a militia gear that. Mula. Those are militia gear and a military fatigue that. Now, every army in the world have an engineer regiment. Yes, every army have it. And they are responsible for build and them can do speed building. When you give the army the material and say go put back the roof on a house there, then we organize and get one roof put on in a 15 minutes. 20 minutes. So the Army Corps of Engineers is a set of professionals where them unleash whenever them want anything, whether them do bridge building or anything, that's what they send them. So the government, and we are getting engineering corps from Guyana. A couple other countries are coming with the army, and the Army Corps of Engineers them are said. Now the Prime Minister said we're going to send the military up there to build. You say you're not going to soldier come up there with no long gun, come militarize the place. Ata fuckery, ata curry. But militarize the place. For what? The people are coming, they're going to put on to roof and they leave. Which beg the question, what you have up there hiding? You look at Jing Bang entertainer, them we are run behind you and call you great. Where them give you put them up there? What is it that them give to you to put on up a Maroon town where you don't want the army up there? And that you fi answer now, what that people need to ask you. There must be something they give to put on up there, you know, where you don't want the government to find. 6th of January, yes. The government say wanted up there to actually return as close to normalcy as possible by January the 6th. Now, the fact is, over the last few years since Korea has been there has been many donations of cash to the Maroon communities. Yet still, the people that most get damaged on the storm, and I don't see you, Chief Curry, tell me more. I don't understand the question. I don't see you, Chief Curry, up there buying any building material to put on back the people them roof. I don't see you up there buying any care package on what the people them say the only care package them get are where the government deliver. So where you all of the money where you get, all of the donations where you get, where you do with it? That is why the people of Maroon town is now asking. Yes, me know. Me tell you, DJ say at the last town before that me go up in I know what me attack say. But where Curry do with the money, the millions of dollars, the millions of US dollars that was donated to the Maroon community? Wait there. Me no see you spend it up there with the people them. Maroon town right now is one of the worst communities in Jamaica when it comes to poverty. Yes. You not develop the people them, you not make no road, you not fix the people them house properly. The storm blow and fear are probably one of the only house up there no damage. Not even nail you no lose out of your house. Not even nail you don't lose off of your house. So you now can live in a comfort while you're refusing help to get back the Maroon people. You live in a comfort. You live in your comfortable house. You have your generator, you have your Starlink, you have your roof. And you're comfortable. So you now can refuse help for the regular Maroons. You, because not your host, Colonel Curry. Not your host, you know. So you can sit down in your comfort zone and refuse help for people when need it. Because guess what? It's have no consequence to you. And 2 weeks later you go ball say, see the government no give me nothing. Your ball say, you know, want no part of the government. Then help your people in the region. Show them say you are truly independent of this government. Show them say you really don't need any help from this government. In fact, what you need to do is call for your friend Mark Golden. Him used to write in your checking him, go and do it same way. Him you sell your soul to. When you hear this man sit down, a boss, how them buy out the Maroon them. When you hear this man sit down, a boss.
So necessary to arrive at that as a compromise and sign the treaty, which gave the Maroons lands that were essentially theirs. They had sovereignty of sorts over those lands. They were enforced their own laws over those lands, and they were not to be troubled by the British. But in exchange, they were to return slaves who runaway slaves, and they were to perform the role of a sort of auxiliary police force if there was an insurrection that would help maintain order.
So they become an auxiliary force of the colonial government.
Essentially, and that was the price for their own freedom. And they having signed that, they lived up to it. You know, so for example, in the 1860s, the Taki revolt, which was a very serious insurrection led by a Coromantee slave who was a warrior chief in Africa, came to Jamaica. He was enslaved, came to Jamaica, and he led a rebellion in a parish called St. Mary, which was a very serious and well-planned rebellion, and was spreading. And it was the Maroons who contained that. And in fact, Taki was shot, allegedly, at full speed on the run in the bush by a Maroon captain with a musket which fires a single bullet, shot dead by Captain Davy.
So you can hear Mark Golden repeat the story with them tell him when them laugh after the black people, you know. That story was told to Mark Golden while they tell a joke about. Let me tell you what we do to the little black people them down in Jamaica. Let me tell you that is the story that he was repeating right there. So. Right? But as I say, I know of a Maroon community that was peaceful. We no trouble nobody, you know, hear no problem up a Maroon town. No colonel never up there walk with no bodyguard. Just as militia people, they never have to import no assassin from here to come live up there. Because the Maroons were peaceful people. Since this man here come, all of a sudden, Maroon town name in the news every day. Since this man come and fight him way and take over the people in place. And ask yourself, why would somebody without an agenda, somebody like a Curry, young man who work in the banking industry, making money out of that, what would he have to gain now to go and live in a bush? Unless they have an ulterior motive. Me tell this, you know, people. Me tell you this all the while. Me say everything you hear the PMP accuse you of doing is something that they have done something that they are doing, or something that they will do. The Marxist doctrine under which the PMP them practice says accuse your enemy of what you are doing and no one will look at you. You hear them accuse Andrew Holness about land grab? You hear them accuse Andrew Holness about land grab? They, I mean, attack Curry and him crew. You have a whole heap of artists who are run behind him, are trying to orchestrate the biggest in the history of Jamaica. That them are try. All of a sudden, everybody get up tomorrow morning, them are Maroon. Now, for me a boy, me know about Maroon town. And what the all of a sudden, me hear Buju find interest in a Maroon town. When Colonel Petty did there, why you never done the same time as support Maroon? When Colonel Rowe did in charge, why you never done the same way as support Maroon? When all of the other colonel in the future, a second Colonel Rowe, why you never done there? Why you know? Why you Buju? Why you Sprague Benz? Why all of you never done there support Maroon? Where the Sprague Benz and you people now? Where the package them on not send go Maroon town? You have money, you know, rich enough. Why me not see you send up the care package them go Maroon town? Why me not see you send up the building material them? But every day, you dep on internet a big up Korea real leader. Sprague Benz, the man who is responsible for many lives. Many. Why me no see I send no help go up a Maroon town? Why me no see Buju I send no help? Maybe the Starlink and the stove where they go missing at the Maroon town if you go. Maybe the non-existent Starlink and the non-existent stove I did up to them figure. Why? Why you not pack one trailer? For yourself, no put your name on one of somebody pack already. Pack one trailer for yourself, Gargamel. You have the money, you can do it. Pack one trailer for yourself and send go Maroon town. You have the money, you know. And you go wait again until you hear say your friend them and send out one next shipment, you just put your name on it. And that you go do again. You just wait until you hear your friend them and send out one shipment. The same stove Jamaica, man. Right? Every day you come past social media, big up Chief Curry and all of that. Big up Curry. Curry are the greatest. Curry are show them up because you're a good leader. Why me don't see you not support him? All of who are run up, ask yourself why. Because them idea is for go down there and take. They're not interested to build Maroon town, you know. They want to go down there go take. Yes, man. Oh, police can come up here. So, yeah, man, we can plant. Them can, yes. Can go plant no weed down there. You can get no 1,000, 1,000 pound of sitting one where get take off a ship where they go hide it up there. And that's the plan. I am glad that real Maroons are now stepping up and speaking out. Because I've always said this, one of the issues that we face with the misinformation and lies that go around in Jamaica today, the pandemic of misinformation, is that the 20% makes more noise than the 80. The 20% louder than the 80. And if the 80% don't start make some noise, pretty soon the 80 are going to turn the 20. If the 80% who know what is happening in Jamaica, who knows, well, Jamaica man, me don't know for that, you know. 1,000 pound they find what they died for Jamaica. Maybe somebody want to hide it up there. There's a reason why they fight bitterly to get out Anne-Marie Vaz, you know. There's a reason why they fight bitterly to get out Anne-Marie Vaz. And by accident, there's a reason behind it. Only if a ship can dock, only if a local boat them can come in a Portland and dock. And then they carry them over the mountain and they end up in a Maroon town. Yeah? Let me paint you the picture if you don't understand. When some boat come in and dock at East Portland, they can sneak anything through the bush and carry it up in the mountains and end up a Maroon town. Yeah man, carry through the hills. And they end up there. Right? But ask yourself, why you don't say Buju? Why you don't say Sprague Benz? Why you don't say none of them? I send no shipment of goodies go to Maroon town. If you don't believe, say the government are wicked and then if you load the Maroon them, offer the help what them need. Offer them the help. You see, the only reason why me now say Andrew must left them down there is because me know say I have a people down there who voted for Andrew Holness. You know, abandon them. But still believe that they must get some assistance because even Curry passport is a Jamaican passport. And when they put in nationality, when they ask me nationality, I'm sure a Jamaican input on it. When they go for the US visa and them asking me nationality, I'm sure a Jamaican input. I'm sure of that. I'm sure he never put Maroon on it. Right? So I hope come February, the people of Maroon town will rise up and go to the poll and vote this man out of the community and make him and him friend them go. Make him and his so-called friend them who is lining up to extort the community. Time if they leave. Make him go back up with his friend Mark Golden. Korean in gang man. Well, I figure he's gonna do that, you know. I figure he's gonna do that. He might bring down him bad man friend them down there. But this is where they must now call in the police. Regular citizens down there can call in the police. Man, make the police them going to go sort them out, man. Make the police them going to go do them job, man. Right? But like we call up on them, man. We say Buju, we say all of them. They say they love Curry, they rate Curry. Curry are the best leader, Curry are show them up, you know. Curry not take no help from them. Curry not take no help from them. But you know tell Curry to refuse the help because I'm sure at them same one tell Curry to refuse the assistant. And no council never sit down with Curry and tell him. I'm friend Buju probably call him. In my opinion. I'm friend Buju probably call him and say, yo, remember we have the thing them up there, you can't, yeah. But you sit with the cones and the cones. Lies! Lies, you know, sit with no counsel. You know, sit down with no counsel. And then now, the other liar going to tell people, but you're an indigenous tribe. Now, I am not the brightest bulb in the room. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not the brightest bulb. But indigenous people are people who are of that land, from that land. The Maroons came here as slaves, so they can be indigenous. the Aborigines in Australia are indigenous to them tribe. They are the Aborigine. Them live outside of the normal rules. Them have them one. The Indians in America live on their own reservations, and they make their own law. But even on that, federal laws supersede them. Federal laws. So don't hold me to that. I'm almost sure federal law. Me know upon the Indian reservation, them have their own police force, them have everything. Them have their own school, them have everything. In the Maroon town, there's one school. And this is the government of Jamaica that operate that school. I know there was a clinic, but somebody said last year that it stopped around about 5 years now. So I know there was a clinic. Long time, me not go that side there. Right? So there is a school, but it is operated by the government of Jamaica. I know there was a clinic that was operated by the government of Jamaica. They don't have no amenities up there that is operated by anyone. If the government cut off all supply to them, can you say you're indigenous and you're not a Jamaica, you're not a part of Jamaica. But yet still is a Jamaican birth certificate you have, Jamaican passport, the visa where you get because you're Jamaica. All right, thank you, Kimmy. Yes. I remember, I know there was a clinic, so the clinic, yes, somebody tell me last night said stop work. Says it stop work, right? So, not even a clinic, you can't build up there for your people, them. Not even a clinic. But years now, you are collecting millions of dollars in donations. So where to go? Where the money go? Where you do with it? You collect it and share it with your friend them. You collect it and share for your friend them. Right? But I go low, you need to find back your bujo friend them. I make them come. Yeah man, I'm Marky G, try please Richard man. Yeah man, I'm try. Remember I used to work with Marky G at DB there in Mountain and Golden, you know. So he was sent down there because them want to grab the big piece of land where they call Cockpit Country because it have whole heap of medicinal value, is my understanding. Whole heap. Right? And for that reason, them are, as I said before, them are planning the biggest land grab in the history of this country. But me not fight with them. Me not fight with them because guess what? We have better things to deal with than to deal with them. Right? But we are in what? We are in week number 5 after Melissa. I remember during the first couple of days after Melissa, there was a whole heap of people online telling people how government are tell lie because more than that people dead and them know one place a whole heap of body pile up and people have to walk over dead body. I'm asking now, where are these dead body? Which part them there? Because now the government don't find them yet, you know. Everywhere get back internet and we can't see that even look one video or one picture of these so-called piling up dead bodies. But the government is out there, the government is giving out care package. There are many forms of assistance readily available to everybody. Most notable from the NHT, that you can get a grant of up to $500,000 $500,000 grant from the NHT. I do not believe you have to be an NHT contributor. No, let me find it back and tell you. Right, so that is there. The Student Loan Bureau is giving away. The Student Loan Bureau is giving away, I think, $50,000 grant to student that was affected. That's for the student and for the parents. Right, so many hurricane relief loan, hurricane grant. Let me say if you have to be a contributor. I never remember if you have to be a contributor. Right, so the Student Loan Bureau, apart from the campaign promises that was kept, is also offering, I think, $50,000 for student that was affected by Melissa. So there is a whole heap of programs out there ready to assist you. And remember, available to current NHE contributors, pensioners and farmer contributors. So you have to either be a contributor or a farmer contributor. So if you build your house out of your pocket, you don't sound like you're eligible. Oh, so see, progress I say a relative who is an NHE contributor can apply and you'll be there. You go. So if you so you have to do it yourself. So you have a relative who contribute, them can apply for it for you. So there is a whole heap of assistance that is readily available. And remember, the government has not started its material distribution yet to give. So in the meantime, while them work out the logistic of that, you can apply to the NHT and get your 500,000 grant. If the grant won't do it, if the grant alone won't cover your repair, then you can get the loan, because there's a loan also. The loan amount not specified, but you can apply for the loan and the grant to back it up. Right? So you can get if you want $4 million, you get $3.5 million loan and the $500,000 grant, and you're good there, so. Right? But that is there, as I said, for the student. I think Damian Crawford is supporting an initiative whereby in his constituency, I think, I don't know if there's others who join, they are accepting over 100 students from the affected area to come live and go to school in that area. So there is a lot of things that the government is going on with. Lot of things. Contrary to argument, oh, them now do nothing. Nobody, no artist, no TikToker, nobody has issued more care package than the government of Jamaica. Nobody. Nobody. And what burn my heart. Schools in, thank you, Timah, yes, so schools in Kingston doing that also. What burn my heart is when we see the people them now take the food from World Central Kitchen and throw it down and feed dog and a video it. If you don't want the food, don't take it. If you do not want the food, not take it. Let it make somebody else who want to get it. Only PMP could have come up with them fuckery there. The people that distribute food do not take it, and then a video no self a feed dog. If you don't want it, not take it. Nobody now force you to take it, but because your mindset is so damn dirty, even though you don't want the food, you can't bear to see it pass. That's a PMP mindset, people. They don't want the food. Them are right, but they can't bear to see the food pass. So then take it, and it is not to their liking. Because the same people who used to cook mackerel and rice, and them now I tell you say curry chicken not good enough for them because it's free. The same people that used to turn Camille and garden bed, all of a sudden the stew chicken think they make no good enough. People all around. If you don't want the food, you don't have to take it. World Central Kitchen last week, Saturday, announced that them surpassed 1 million meals served. That is a milestone, 1 million. World Central Kitchen is here at the behest of the government. So who get the 1 million? I'm sure Andrew Holness will have 1 million food put on in the fridge. I'm sure the members of parliament now the food put up in the fridge. They got to eat too. Andrew, that's why I tell you otherwise, I'm not entertain argument with food, you know. I'm not entertain argument with food. I'll be say to you and the people, because you sound like you're one of them. If you don't want the food, don't take it. The food you know waste, somebody else could have do with it. Now, man, I come and run them, man. The food you know take and I throw it on a dog and I video it. And there are people now in the comment that support the foolishness rather than call out the people and say, what not do is foolishness. Supporting the foolishness. If you don't want it, don't take it. Simply put. Now, all of the people them know, especially in Westmoreland, who 5 weeks after hurricane, they don't eat nothing since the hurricane, can nobody not give them nothing. How are they still alive? Ask them to tell this question to people, because I'm sure most of you know, and I'm alone to listen to pass through some of the live and know, yes, some people in Westmoreland for hurricane blow, they don't get no food. 5 weeks on, they don't get no food for hurricane blow, but them still alive. How is that possible? How is that possible that 5 weeks after hurricane, they don't eat, they don't see nobody, they don't get no help, but them still alive? Again, we talk about the people who inability to put a thought together. 5 weeks on, you don't see nobody, you don't get no help, but you're still alive. How that work? How them survive, Cheryl Brown? How them survive? But they don't get no help, you know. And they must starve. Gentle people, we have a government that perform extremely well. Extremely well. I will not sit here and tell you they're perfect, you know. As long as I tell you them get everything right. But them did extremely well. Them put a program together, them have a plan together, and they are executing said plan. And we will only get better from here on in. Only get better. Government will only improve. And when they come to the rebuilding, Jamaica will be better for it. And you know, my people, we can't sit down for too long, so, you know, because I've got to run out on the road and go transact with business. So I shall be on back in later on in the evening. Bless up on yourself.